Hey you guys, how's it going, beautiful? So I want to do a quick video today on how to do an amazing foundation look. Whether it's you like full face beads or you like a simple natural look, I just want to show you a little technique on how to get that great foundation look that looks flawless, that blends into your skin, that doesn't look cakey and doesn't look like your pores are you know what I'm saying? So tune in and let's get right to the video. Hey there, you guys. Welcome. Today we're going to be showing you how to do a beautiful, flawless foundation that is not cakey, that looks like it belongs in your skin. And I want to do this because I want you to not be afraid to put on a little foundation. So the first thing we're going to do is hydrate our skin. Just like how we drink water, we need to hydrate our skin. Put some good moisturizer. I like to use the Pond, which is pretty cheap. And then I'm going to go right ahead with my makeup primer from Makeup Forever. It's a poreless primer, and I'm going to apply it everywhere evenly and distribute it really well. I'm going to be using a pretty cheap foundation, which I really like right now. It's the Wet n Wild. It cost me on clearance, I think it was like something like $3.50. So the first step is, after you put on your foundation in your face, you're going to take a brush, whatever foundation brush, little brush that you have, and you're going to spread it all over your face. Not with your fingers, not with the sponge. Just spread it all over, make it even, make sure that it goes, very well in your skin and is evenly distributed. Another tip is to use a foundation color that is not really lighter than your skin. You want it to be either the same color your skin, or you want it to be slightly darker. That way you look more youthful. You don't look ghostly, because we do not want that. So you want to keep distributing that very well. You want to make sure that you have no spots left over, no big chunks of foundation. You want to spread over your neck, everywhere, and you could do either one layer if you want slight coverage, or you could do 2 layers. Now the next thing is, we're gonna sponge, as my son says, we're gonna sponge our face. Now what we do is, we take a sponge, you're gonna wet it all the way and then squeeze it really well. Wet it all the way and squeeze it really well. Wet it all the way and squeeze it really well. You're gonna do that 3 times and make sure that it's moist, and then you squeeze out all the water. That way the sponge is nice and soft and it does not take away a lot of your product. I did a second layer. You don't have to do this, but I have some acne blemishes, so I do like to do a really good coverage, so I do it 2 times. And then we're gonna be doing the same thing the second time around. And this is just my preference. It is not what you have to do, but you're more than welcome to. Like on a special occasion, if you want really full coverage, you could do that. Otherwise, you could just do one good layer of foundation. And we're gonna be doing the same thing we do with the brush all over the face. And then we're gonna go ahead and go with that sponge once again, and we will be sponging our face also lightly, as you would in as you would any other time. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my concealer. I like to use the Makeup Forever concealer that is already pre-sealed, meaning that you really don't have to bake it if you don't want to, or you don't have to add any powder. I do like to add powder later on. That's just to bring a little brightness, but it's not necessary. It's self-setting. That is the correct term for it. And what I do is, I also use the brush once again. We spread it everywhere. I put it under my eyes to cover my bags. I put it a line down my nose. I put some triangular motion under my eyes, in the middle of my eyebrows, and then I do some in my chin and in the bottom under my nose, with my upper lip area. And then after I spread it with my brush, I like to sponge my face with it everywhere very evenly to make it look as natural as possible and to blend in all those different colors and give my face really good contrast. I do this for a while. This is pretty time consuming. And I'm not gonna fast forward this part just because I really want you and encourage you to go ahead and do this and realize how long it really takes for your makeup to look really, really well blended in and everything. And so I won't fast forward through it. Sorry, I have allergies. Do not judge me, please. So we're just going to go ahead and keep sponging that, with no fear. And then now we're going to use the bottom of the sponge and you're going to blend in the in-between of the concealer and the foundation so that you see how on the left side I have a harsh line. You want to blend that in so that there's no harsh line. It just shows as our natural face has, darker parts and it has lighter parts. Just show different contrasts of color in our face. So don't be afraid to blend that in and take your sweet time. That is the most time consuming. And now I'm just going to set my face a little bit. Again, this is optional. You don't have to do this. But I go and I use the, it's pretty much a little cheap setting powder, whatever setting powder you have. And you put that in those light areas in which you went ahead and use the concealer. And I won't put a lot of powder. I'm just going to press it into the skin so that it seeps right in. And it just, seals in all the concealer that I added. And my concealer does not move. Because I do tend to use my makeup for a few hours. And I don't really do touch-ups when I go anywhere. I just stay with the same makeup. And then I put some on my chin area, on my jawline, and under my eyes. And just lightly press it into my skin. There won't be any, like how there used to be like really heavy baking. And then you have all this powder in your face for a while. No, now it's just pressing it right in. My face looks a little light right now, but that is because it is not contoured, so that is okay. I just remove whatever little excess I have of the baking powder, and I use a little bit of pressed powder just to again blend it in and get rid of like any light powder that I may have and I don't want. I left some of it under my eye because it tends to go away after a while. And that is it, you guys. That is the final look. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was to your liking. And this is my flawless foundation look. I taught you a new technique. And if you want to see the rest of this look, I have a video where I completed doing my eyebrows, doing my mascara, doing highlight, contour, everything like that, even lipstick. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.